Hello, my friends. Kurt Berglund back with you, and it has been at least 15 minutes since my last demo, unboxing, or tutorial. So I thought it was high time I bring you another one. I have found, and one of the pleasures of having this channel on YouTube, and please don't forget to subscribe and click like. I need your subscriptions to keep my channel going, my friends, and I do appreciate it. One of the pleasures of this channel is bringing you games so that you're more aware. You're a better baseball sim consumer than perhaps you were before. And today I have the pleasure of bringing you just such a game that you may not know about. I did not know about this game. It's an oldie, but a wonderful, wonderful game. It was produced by the Astra Game Company, and it's called Batter Up. My friend Tom sent it to me, and it is a gem from the past of baseball cards and dice simulations. So we're going to go through it today with a first look, and then I'm going to do some demo games of it and give you a better look at how the game works in the upcoming days. So join me for a look today at Batter Up. All right, so first thing you get with the game is a difficulty with the camera, which I'm going to fix right here. Okay, there we go. All right, so the first thing you get with the game are the instructions in this brochure. Now, some of this is a little bit funny. This is a 1977 season set of cards that you get. They inform us that there are 24 teams included in the set in 1977, which of course is not how many teams there were in 1977, but why, details. We're not going to worry about the details. So put the gun down. I know that there weren't 24 teams in 1977, and you know that there weren't 24 teams in 1977, but Astra didn't know that there weren't 24 teams in 1977. I've got a few more gems like that in here, but the game is fantastic. All right, so the instructions are in a brochure that looks like this. I think this is about 14 inches of paper or so, 8.5 by 14. And this is it. This is all you need to get ready to go on Batter Up. But I know what you're saying. You're saying to me, Kurt, what else is there? Is that all this game is? Is that it? No. No, it's not. All right, part number 2. These are the rules. Now, the brochure gives you the overview of it. These are the rules. There are 4 pages of rules. Actually, kind of 3.5, because this last page is about the ballpark effects, and that's not really, you'll need that, but that's not really what we're looking at here. These are the rules. They go through how to play. They explain there's sort of a basic version and sort of an advanced version, but you can kind of pick and choose which options you want to go with, and that doesn't seem to upset anybody at the Astra Game Company. Then you get a special situation booklet. The special situation booklet goes over stretching hits, which has nothing to do with the rack. It has to do with trying to go for the extra base, which you can do under certain circumstances. Certain results on the batter card. Fielding, stealing bases, the hit and run, sacrifice bunt, squeeze, injuries, all in the special situation booklet. The special situation booklet is 10 pages long. It's in mostly blue print, nice big font, easy to read. All right, next, you get charts. The charts are for the base runner situations that you may encounter in a game. The rolls of the dice bring you to this chart based on where the base runners may or may not be. And there are charts for each circumstance of base runner existence. All right, next we have the roster sheet. Now I told you that the set of cards that I have for this game is from the 1977 season. This roster sheet is from the 1977 season. All right, but the funny part is at the bottom. Do not discard this roster sheet. It is the only one we will be sending you. That's right. My friends, if you think the Astra Game Company is going to send you another roster sheet because you wiped your mouth with this one, you can think you can think again, mister. Because this is it. This is it. You want another roster sheet? Forget it. You're not getting it. So enjoy that one. You spilled Kool-Aid on that one, it's gone. It's done. You don't get another one. All right. The last thing, before we look at the player cards and talk about how the game works, is the dice. Now, the dice are very unusual. And I have a feeling these have been kept in a mayonnaise jar on Funkin' Wagnall's porch since noon today. All right, first we get a tens digit dice, a D6. These are D6s. This is a tens digit die, so you can see there's your 20. And then you add, if I don't throw things at you, it's like 3D. And then you add your two D6s together, including a 0 for the blank space, and that gives you your outcome. So for example, if I would roll what you see here, this would be a 28. All right. And last but not least, you get, there must have been at some point a field to look at with this, but you get these to mark your base runners. I don't know where the field is. All right, now let's take a look at the game cards and how the game works. The cards to the game have some wear, but that's part of the charm. These are, after all, they would be 45 years old. So, you know. But here's the information that you get on the card. The pitcher cards are in red. The batter cards are in green for this game. They apparently were on perforated cardstock at one point. And so let's go through what this looks like. We're going to show you the pitcher card, the batter card, and then resolve a few at-bats here to show you how the game works. All right, so we have the team name at the top. We're going to start with Steve Stone. This is the 1977. Your stats are down at the bottom. This is Rod Carew's MVP year. His stats are down at the bottom here. That's the case on every card. The stats go at the bottom. Team name and the league are at the top. We have, for Steve Stone, we have bats right, throws right, his height, his weight, his date of birth, and his state. If you want to know what city Steve Stone was born in, forget it. They're not telling you. You got to look it up yourself. Yeah. Same thing. Rod Carew, Panama. You want to know what city Rod Carew was born in? Forget it. They're not telling you. All right. So now we'll get down to brass tacks. Here is where the rubber hits the road. So we have the pitcher's name. In the case of pitcher names, then we have a number next to the name. That tells you the batter card in case they need to bat. Now, there are generic batter cards for the game. And so based on, this would be Steve Stone's because it's a 3. And so the pitcher batting card number 3. All right. Then we find out that Steve Stone in 1977 was a starting pitcher, SP. RP would indicate relief pitcher. Some pitchers, of course, can do both. Then, this number here in the parenthetical is his stamina rating, which tells you how many innings he can go without danger of fatigue. We'll talk more about that when we do a demo. FT is the fielding rating. There is sometimes a number to the right of the letter here, and a number would indicate a hold rating. Some pitchers have one, some pitchers do not. I'll give you an example of a pitcher that has one here. Tom Bergmeyer for the Twins has a -1 hold rating. Pretty interesting stuff for a game produced in 1978 that they're thinking about hold ratings, I think. I don't know. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on in this game. All right, HRP. HRP, if there's a number here, it is reflective of the pitcher's ability to prevent certain batters from hitting home runs. So, again, another interesting part of the game. An optional rule is for pitchers to be rated on their ability to prevent homers. Dave Goltz, for example, has an HRP rating of a 4. We'll talk more about that in the demo of the game. All right, then we have all of these ratings here. Now you generate these outcomes based on your rolling of these 3 dice. You get your tens digit and you add your 2 ones digit and you come up with a number. And that's it for the pitcher card. For the batter card, we talked about all this. Through SP, let's go up here. Let's do position. Position, Rod Carew in 77 played first base. BX is his range factor. I'm sorry, that's not true. The letter after his position is his range factor. Now, he only played second base a few times in 77. Mostly he was at first. He's a B at first. He's an A at second. There are some different defensive ratings you could have. A catcher has an arm rating, a throwing rating. And there is a second letter that some players have as well. We'll talk about that in the demo. SP is for speed rating. The first number is the base running rating, which is in Carew's case a 3. The second number indicates his ability to steal bases, which in Carew's case is also a 3. B is for bunting. G reflects his rating for that. And injury rating is an A. Then you get all your stats. Now, the way the game works is deliciously simple. You start with the pitcher's card. Now, I'm not going to use that term that everyone likes to use, batter-pitcher interaction, because I think we've used it so much as a hobby it doesn't mean anything anymore. I have no idea what that term means. Everyone has a different definition in their head of what batter-pitcher interaction means, and so when I say it and you say it, we don't know what we're talking about. But for this game, you start with the pitcher card. Then what you're going to do is if the pitcher resolves the at-bat, you're good, you're done. The at-bat is over. But if it doesn't, then you re-roll and you go to the batter card. And when you get an outcome, you look at your your appropriate chart. So for example, if the bases were empty, we'd look here, we'd take our number. We get a 1, it's a home run to right field, and so on. All right, so let's do a couple and see how this works. We'll do an inning of the Twins and see how this works. I don't want heads to explode all over this great land of ours, so I used the most commonly used Twins batting order, which includes Butch Wynegar as the leadoff batter, Gene Mauch, kind of a rebel, kind of a nut. Okay, so Butch Wynegar leads off against Steve Stone. So we're starting on Stone's card. Now there are times when range comes into play. We're not going to mess around with any of that. We'll do an in-depth demo, but I want to give you an idea of how the game works here. So we'll roll, and it's a 24. 20 on the tens digit and a 4. And so we look on Stone's card and there's nothing there. Okay, so the pitcher didn't resolve the at-bat. So now we go to the batter card and it's Butch Wynegar. So Butch rolls a 26. So we come down here and the roll of a 26 gets us a 34 outcome. Butch is the leadoff batter in the game, so there's nobody aboard. Bases are empty. 34 is our result. It's a line out to second base. Butch Wynegar's out. All right. Batter number 2. 1 out in the Twins first. Here's Lyman Bostock. All right. Stone with the pitch is a 28. 20 plus 5 plus 3, no result. All right, so we re-roll on Bostock's card, and we have a nothing, 5 plus 5. So that's going to make a 10, and that's going to be an outcome of a 17. So we come back to the bases empty chart, and we look, here's our bases empty chart. We look up the 17, and Bostock lays down a bunt single. Look at that. Lyman Bostock with a bunt single. He's aboard, so we have 1 out, 1 on for the Twins. And here comes third place hitter Rod Carew. So now we're going to look at a different chart. We're going to look at the chart for runners on first. All right, so Stone's pitch to Carew is a 12. 10 plus 2, we have 1 blank. A 12 is a 19 outcome to Carew. So we're not going to go to Carew's card. We're going to resolve it just using Stone's outcome here. So a 12 is a 19, and a 19 is a base on balls. Base on balls. So Carew takes his base. Bostock moves down to second. 1 out, 2 on now for Larry Heisel. Notice when you look at Heisel's card, he's got an outfield throwing rating there. All right, so here we go. Stone in a jam in the first inning. The pitch to Heisel is a 28 on Stoney's card. That's an open result, so we're going to roll for Heisel. And we rolled a 13. That's a 3. All right, so now we have to look at the chart runners on first and second, because Bostock's at second, Carew's at first. We rolled a 13 on Heisel's card. That's a 3. And Heisel hits it to right center and deep. Gonna get out of here, and it's gone. A 3-0 bomb by Larry Heisel. Now, there is no adjustment here for a home run adjustment because Stone apparently allowed an average number of homers. All right, so now Glenn Adams with the Twins leading 3-0, and now nobody is on base, so we're back to the bases empty chart. Stone's pitch to Glenn Adams is a 25. That's an open result, so now we'll roll on Adams' card. Again, he's from Massachusetts. You want to know what city he's from? You can write the Astra Game Company, but they're not going to tell you. 13 is a 6. All right, so we look under bases empty for a result of a 6. And Adams lines a double to right center. Stone's troubles continue. Twins have another man in scoring position for Disco Dan Ford. He's born in Illinois. You want to know what city? Forget it. Steve Stone from the stretch. The pitch to Disco Dan is an open result on his card, so we're going to roll on Ford. Ford's card is a 27. That's a 37. But now we're going to look at the runner on second card because that's where Adams is. So it's a 27 that gives us a 37, and it's a line drive, line out to right field. Now, there is a way that I will demo to do splits in this game, lefty-righty splits, and we'll talk about that more when we do the demo. There are 2 outs. You don't have to do splits, but you can. And now it's Smalley. 2 outs, Adams still at second, Stone the stretch, and the delivery is a 16. That's an open result on Stoney's card. The swing for Smalley is a 5. That's a 10. And a 10 is a base hit to right center, and that runner's going to score. It's 4-0 Twins. RS runner scores. Single to right center. It's 4-0 Twins, and Smalley's now at first. Stone is leaking oil at this point in the top of the first. Now it's Cubbage. Born in Virginia. You want to know what city? Forget it. They're not going to tell you. 19. Okay, a 12 gives us a 19 on Stone's card. A 19 with a runner on first is back to runner on first. Oh, wait. Whoop. Runner on first. Runner on first. Right there. Runner on first. The 19 gives us a base on balls. There's 2 on. And the Twins have batted around in inning number 1. First and second, 2 outs for Bobby Randall, Twins second baseman. They aren't even going to tell you where he was born. Yeah. We have no evidence of where Bobby Randall was born at all. Not even a state. Forget it. They're not going to tell you. They are tired of looking him up. The pitch from Stone is a 7. That's an open result on Stone's card. So Randall's going to swing away. And it's a 17. That's a 23 with runners on first and second. So we're going to go back here. Runners on first and second. We got a 17. And it's a ground ball to Jim Spencer. He's going to fire to Alan Bannister covering at second base. And that will retire the side. It's a fielder's choice, force out, 3-6. Runner on second advances to third. All right, that is our first look at batter up baseball from Astra Games. And before we leave, I just want to remind you before we leave, do not discard this roster sheet. It is the only one we will be sending you. That's it. Thank you for being with me. My next video will be a demo of Batter Up Baseball. Hope you'll join me. Don't forget to subscribe. Hope you have a wonderful day. So long, everybody.